how you doing, guys? This is Todd, Expat's Lifestyle. That's Xpats Lifestyle. Guys, I wanted to talk to you today about buying property. I bought property here, and I did a couple of videos that I thought would be shared. They were actual interviews, and I thought they were pretty good, but they didn't share them, so I want to do one from my own channel and talk to you guys about the process buying property. I got a good friend of mine, my boy Lou. He's going to be doing it more interview style. He don't want to be on camera, so that's fine. He's going to go ahead and start asking me questions, and hopefully you guys can hear him. We're going to get this thing going.
So what's going on, guys? So my first question is, what made you choose the Dominican Republic and Sosua?
Well, I picked the Dominican Republic because I was familiar with it, to be totally honest with you. I've been coming for the last about 8 years, and I was familiar with it. And I picked Sosua specifically because there's opportunity here. That's the bottom line. For a gringo or a person that speaks the language okay, a person who is looking or is going to need to make some other additional funds, this is probably the easiest place to do that. Also, it's not messed up yet, right? The place is not messed up, guys. When I say messed up, let me tell you what I mean. I have a cousin that lives in Panama, and I've been to Costa Rica and Belize, and those places are what I say they're closed. That means that people have went in, they purchased all the property, they're putting American prices on. I mean, it's stupid, because they say, oh, this would be $10 million in Malibu. Well, you're not in Malibu, motherfucker. You're not in Malibu. Get your piece of the pie and shut the fuck up. But that's not what people do. They come here, they buy up all the property, they buy it cheap, they raise the prices, and they ruin places. Punta Cana, that's a place called Bávaro. It's ruined. It's here in the Dominican Republic. It's where a lot of the tourism goes, but it's ruined. They've gotten to the point to where everything is quadruple, 4, 5, 6 times the price that it is everywhere else on the island. And the locals can't afford to do anything. Maybe they can work one of those resorts 16 hours a day for $400 a month. But who really wants to do that? But at any rate, that's why I chose Sosua specifically, because it's a good place where you can still buy property. There's still some opportunity, and there's opportunity to start a business easily and quickly that you can, people can rent property or cars or whatever you want to do if you support it here.
Okay. So speaking on buying property, did you buy a property?
I have bought a property. I did buy a property. I bought a condo, and I'm happy that I did. I really am happy that I went ahead and bought that property. Yeah.
Okay. So my next question is, would you suggest building or buying something? Like building versus buying versus renting?
Well, buying versus renting, we'll talk about that. Guys, honestly, rent is cheap here. Let's talk about it. Rent is cheap. And when I say cheap, what I mean by cheap is this. If you want something fully furnished and nice, 1 bedroom, you're probably talking about $500 a month, give or take. That's fully furnished. And when I say fully furnished, that means television, cable, all of your cooking utensils, plates, everything. Yeah, all you have to do is go there. But if you want to get something not fully furnished, and I'm talking renting first. If you want something that's not fully furnished, you can get something nice for $300, something nice. So, but then of course you have to turn on your own utilities. You have to do things like that, and you have to get your cable turned on. You have to do that. So,
can they contact you if they looking for a place for $300 or buying or whatever?
Yeah, you can contact me. I'll look out for you. The difference is, when I was looking, Yeah, I had a lot of guys. Oh, I look for apartments on this side, that, and then of course you're getting gringo price at that point.
Right. So that leads us to my next question. What is the
Hang,
process?
hang on 1 second. Let's go back to buying though.
Okay.
Rent versus buying.
Okay.
So guys, buying. Let me get to the buying part. That's the renting. The renting is not bad actually. If you don't have 40, 50, 60, $100,000 to spend or drop, you can rent, and it's relatively inexpensive. And you can rent really inexpensive if you are going to buy your own furniture and turn on your own utilities. Okay. Um, Now buying, there's a couple of things you have to realize with the buying process.
Okay.
First thing is you have to realize there is no MLS system here. There is no multi-listing service here. And what that means for people who may not know real estate terms, let me say this. The listings aren't shared, meaning if you go to this Century 21, the Century 21 over here, you go to that place and they're going to show you only what they have listed. They're not going to show you what you have listed and what I have listed and everything that's available for sale. That's a big deal because you might go to a place and all they have is $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 properties. That's the space they play in, and you think, oh man, I can't afford anything here. Everything's $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. No, that's the only thing that they have listed. That's their market. That's what they want to do. Or you go to a place and all they have is $20,000 property. This is all they have. They're all Dominican properties. I wouldn't live there. I can't rent it. Nobody's going to stay there for Airbnb. Okay, you can do that. But that's neither one of those would be all that's there. So you got to realize that. You might have to go to, if you're looking to buy a property, it's probably smart to go check out several different places.
Okay.
Okay. What was your next question, sir?
What's the process and how security?
Well, the process in terms of buying. But first of all, you have to find who you're going to buy or what real estate agent you're going to use. To be totally honest, guys, you don't really even need a real estate agent. If you know where the property is and you know the owner, you don't need a real estate agent. What you would need is an attorney. So you don't need a real estate agent, but the process is once you find the property, and the first part of that is understanding that you might have to talk to multiple people that have listings, right? Talk to different agencies, different offices, because everybody's not going to list the same things. Then once you find you a property, you don't necessarily even have to have a real estate agent, meaning you don't have to have one representing you from your side.
Right.
So you don't need a buyer's agent. You only really need to talk to the seller's agent. Once you find a property, then you get you an attorney. You come to terms, you negotiate with the guy, you find you an attorney to draw up the paperwork. When he draws up the paperwork, of course, then you have to decide about how you're going to pay for this place. Is it going to be cash? Can you work out a deal with these people? Some people you can work out a deal with. They might take half the money and finance the rest.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't do that. I feel like, buy what you can afford and pay for it all up front because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Go ahead and get it. So once you pay it, also let's talk about something, taxes. When you buy the property, if it's less than $141,000, or even if it is, but if it's less than $141,000, you pay taxes one time. That means you pay for it when you buy it. 1.5% of the sales price, you pay for it when you buy it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
If not, then once you pay, you buy it, you pay for the taxes, and then of course you make sure that the attorney finds out if there's any problem with the title. Want to make sure you get your title. It takes a while to get the title.
Deslinde.
Deslinde. You heard him. Deslinde. Deslinde is the title. So it takes a while to get it, but once you have as long as you've had an attorney check to see if there's any problems with the title, if the
Sure.
title is clear, then you make sure you see it, you sign the paperwork, right? You sign the paperwork, get the attorney transferred over into your name. Then they have to send it off to the Capitol or wherever they send it. Takes however long it takes. I haven't gotten mine back yet, but I'm pretty sure I will. That my attorney was a good guy.